Hello and welcome to another tutorial video from Photo Avenue. I'm going to show you how to take just an ordinary photo that not anything real special and turn it into something special. As you can see, this one right here is faded, lacks a bit of contrast, and the cat just blends into that background, so there's not a lot special about it. So let's make this photo special. Let's do something with it that's really neat. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a duplicate layer. And one thing we want to do is raise the contrast. There's two ways you can do this. You can come in here, image adjustments, image adjustments, brightness contrast, and you can raise that contrast like that to make that cat come out a little bit better. Or come in here, adjustments, levels, and you can adjust your contrast this way, and this way gives you a little bit more control over your contrast adjustments. So the black slider is going to make it darker, your white slider is going to make it lighter. So now what we've done is we've really changed that contrast, and I like that right there. So bam. So now we've got that. So we've gone from that to that. So if we've done nothing else, we have really popped this photo and made it look nice. Now, but there's more we can do. So let's take this layer, make another duplicate layer of it, and we want to make the cat just stand out from the rest of it. So I'm going to take that, come in here, levels, and I'm going to make this darker. Alright. Now you come over here to Layer, Add Layer Mask, Hide All. So that's going to make that whole layer transparent. So I'm going to go over here to my brush tool, select white, and you see this is black, so it's the contrast, so it's going to bring things back out. And set my opacity to about 33, roughly a third, so 34%. And I'm going to come in here and hold your left mouse button down and go over these areas. And I'm going to go over everything but the cat. Kind of just go around the cat. Get close to him, but don't really get into the cat. And I'm going to zoom out a bit. Zoom out. View, zoom out. So now I've got some room to work with here. So I'll go across here. Now I'm doing a second sweep across this area here, especially the background. This is where I want it darker. And I'm going to do a third sweep through here. So that's going to make it probably 100% to the background we had. So pop. Now we've popped that cat. Now also too, I want to show you something on this brush tool. We're using this fuzzy brush, so it's got fuzzy outlines to it. So as you can see, if I take everything away, you can see how it's got a fade, it fades out. So I want to make so now we've created a nice image. We've made the background darker around that cat. I'm going to make those corners a bit darker, because we're trying to make the cat the center of attention. Now, that looks great, except for one thing. The cat could just use a little bit more punch to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the layer the cat's on, which is this background layer. Okay, right here. And I'm going to Image Adjustments, Hue and Saturation, and I'm going to push that saturation about 40% or so. 40% looks really, really nice. Bam, look at the detail that it gave that cat. So this background layer too could probably use just a little bit of a push in the saturation, but it's not going to need as much because I darkened it. So probably more like 20%. There we go. 20%. Now you see it just has a nice flow and matches all the way through. So 20% on this darker background layer, 40% on the I say background, more foreground. This background here, the cat being the foreground. So didn't mean to be confusing there. So you can see now that we have taken that and turned it into that. Bam, pop. Really has a lot of nice detail. Now, if you really want to add more detail to it, just very quickly, you can go in here and actually I want this duplicate layer. I want the image that is saturated more. And go in here, images, desaturate. So desaturate that image. Go into filter. We're going to go in here to sketch, photocopy. Cancel that. Okay, I need to make this black. Because when you go into photocopy, whatever color this is whatever color the photocopy is going to be. So, or the photocopy filter. Okay, so photocopy, we can see I'm going to slide it over here to the eye. Back it up a little bit. So there's the cat's face. So we can see the detail. So you can adjust that detail and how much you want. And we're just wanting subtle detail here. So I'm gonna make this really, really light. I'm just wanting to pop the detail. See all this dark? That's what's really going to add the detail to the photo. It's going to go in here to layer adjustment, and I'm going to multiply. Now the difference is subtle, but if you see me add it, take it away, you can see the detail that it adds in. And that might have been a little bit too much. Let's go back to photocopy. Let's go back to desaturate, filter, sketch, photocopy, and just the cat's face. Alright, I think the darkness was, we needed a little bit more punch to it, not a lot. Alright, now click OK. And multiply that layer in there. That's much better. Look at that. Now it really punches that detail. Now also too, you can play with this a little bit. Multiply, you can darken, you can color burn, and you can linear burn. So whatever detail looks better to you. See how much more detail it adds to burn it? So I just want to multiply. I want it very subtle. You could also go in here into, that's hard light. You can just play with these. Soft light that really lightens the image by giving it, and still giving a lot of detail. I go in here and change the opacity. But I think I still like multiply the best. So we're going to go in here and give it multiply. And I want to look at the cat's face and see what kind of detail we have. Make sure it doesn't look too unnatural. Come in here and take some of that out if I want to. Opacity. So just add just a touch of that detail. So about 14%, multiply. If you're on screen, look at the difference here. It's subtle, but it adds that sharpness and adds that little bit of detail that you didn't have before. Add a little bit more back in, take it about 30%. Alright, so you see you can do with or without, it just depends on your personal taste. I kind of like it with that. So you see very quickly how we can take just an ordinary photo and really pop it. Thanks for watching. More videos coming later.